In Search of the Miraculous by P.D. Ouspensky. Chapter 3. By the beginning of November 1915, I already had a grasp of some of the fundamental points of G's system in relation to man. The first point on which he laid stress was the absence of unity in man. It is the greatest mistake, he said, to think that a man is always one and the same. A man is never the same for long. He is continually changing. He seldom remains the same for even half an hour. We think that if a man is called Ivan, he is always Ivan. Nothing of the kind. Now he is Ivan, and another minute he is Peter. Another minute later he is Nicholas, Sergius, Matthew, Simon. And all of you think he is Ivan. You know that Ivan cannot do a certain thing. He cannot tell a lie, for instance. Then you find he has told a lie, and you are surprised that he could have done so. And indeed, Ivan cannot lie. It is Nicholas who lied. And when the opportunity presents itself, Nicholas cannot help lying. You will be astonished when you realize what a multitude of these Ivans and Nicholases live in one man. If you learn to observe them, then there is no need to go to the cinema. Has this anything to do with the consciousness of separate parts and organs of the body? I ask him on this occasion. I understand this idea and have often felt the reality of these consciousnesses. I know that not only separate organs, but every part of the body has a separate function and has a separate consciousness. The right hand has one consciousness and the left hand another. Is that what you mean? Not altogether, said G. And G, of course, is Gurdjieff. Not altogether, said G. These consciousnesses also exist, but they are comparatively harmless. Each of them knows its own place and its own business. The hands know that they must work. The feet know that they must walk. But these Ivans, Peters, and Nicholases are different. They all call themselves I. That is, they all consider themselves masters, and none wants to recognize another. Each of them is caliph for an hour, does what he likes, regardless of everything, and later on the others have to pay for it. And there is no order among them whatever. Whoever gets the upper hand is master. He whips everyone on all sides and takes heed of nothing. But the next moment another seizes the whip and beats him. And so it goes on and on all one's life. Imagine a country where everyone can be king for 5 minutes and do during these 5 minutes just as he likes with the whole kingdom. That is our life. During one of the talks, G again returned to the idea of different bodies of man. That man can have several bodies, he said, must be understood as an idea, as a principle, but it does not apply to us. We know that we have one physical body and we know nothing else. It is the physical body that we must study, only we must remember that the question is not limited to the physical body, and that there are people who may have 2, 3, or 4 bodies. But it makes no difference to us personally, either one way or another. Someone like Rockefeller in America may have many great millions, but his millions do not help me if I have nothing to eat. It is the same thing in this connection. Everyone must think of himself. It is useless and senseless to rely on others or to console oneself with the thoughts of what others possess. How is one to know if a man has an astral body? I asked. There are definite ways of knowing that, answered G. Under certain conditions, the astral body can be seen. It can be separated from the physical body, and it can even be photographed at the side of the physical body. The existence of the astral body can be still more easily and simply established by its functions. The astral body has definite functions which the physical body cannot have. The presence of these functions indicates the presence of the astral body. The absence of these functions shows the absence of the astral body. But it is too early to speak of this now. All our attention must be concentrated on the study of the physical body. It is necessary to understand the structure of the human machine. Our principal error is that we think we have one mind. We call the function of this mind conscious. Everything that does not enter this mind we call unconscious or subconscious. This is our chief error. Of the conscious and the unconscious we will speak later. At this moment I want to explain to you that the activity of the human machine, that is, of the physical body, is controlled not by one, but by several minds, entirely independent of each other, having separate functions and separate spheres in which they manifest themselves. This must be understood first of all, because unless this is understood, nothing else can be understood.